Good morning and welcome to another episode of Digestible Snacks. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to bring you breaking news in the business and financial news. You don't want to miss it. There's also a great opportunity at the end of the video to win our best ever giveaway. It's really exciting. It happens tomorrow live on the show. And throughout this video, I'm going to bring you some really interesting facts and information in the business and investment world. Let's get straight into it. It's all provided by Robinhood and Sherwood. Thank you very much. As you can see, Barbie is in the news. What's it all about? Let's have a little look. Last night, the Dow Jones was down 0.57. The S&P was down 0.7. The NASDAQ was down 1.06 and Bitcoin was down 0.27. And this morning, live on the show, we are getting a sell-off as the jobless numbers aren't good. They're good for people trying to find work, but they're not good if we want the Fed to pause. Anyway, hey snackers, your state government has a bridge to sell you. Lots of historic bridges are being replaced under the $1 trillion infrastructure bill. So states are offloading them to anyone in the market. You want to buy a bridge? Who doesn't want to buy a bridge? I could see why owning a bridge would be useful. Anybody want to own a bridge? If you own a bridge, send me pictures into my X account, link above my head. Send me pictures of your favorite bridge. I want to review and give a prize for the best bridge. All right, send me pictures for your best bridge, your most favorite bridge. We'll have a bridge competition. And while most are free, shipping's on you or your friend with a truck. Right, so what do we do? Dismantle the bridge? What do we do? US indexes fell yesterday, dragged down by giants like Apple and Nvidia. Nvidia was overbought. We know that. Apple is expensive but not overbought. Different business altogether. Meanwhile, new data showed the services sector, a key contributor to inflation, grew last month, a sign the economy is still running hot. And now this morning with the jobless figures, I really wanted to pause, but it's looking more likely another rate hike. You want to move into cash. It looks like that. It does. Uninvested cash. Star strike. Months of Hollywood strikes led to pain with some gain for studios like Warner. I'm thinking of going on strike as well. All those multi-millionaire superstars who want more money for their streaming rights, I do. I absolutely do. I think Martyn Lucas Investor should go on strike. We should have a debate about it. I think we should have a major campaign to get me more money for my streaming efforts. I agree. What do you think? Leave me your thoughts below. I'll reply to all your comments. Trouble in Tinseltown. Warner Brothers cut its annual profit forecast. As the Hollywood strikes continue with no end in sight, writers have been on strike for 4 months and actors have been picketing since July. Now HBO owner Warner is targeting full-year adjusted earnings of about 11 billion, down by 500 million. If the strikes continue through this year, although Warner is still benefiting from the smash success of Barbie, we know who's going to love this one, right? Barbie. The Looney Tunes legend has hopped. Would you say Barbie's a legend? Is Barbie a legend? I'd like to dispute that. Is Barbie a true legend? Anyway, and hoped a deal would be reached by early this month. No deal. Studios finally offered up a deal for writers last month, featuring better pay and more transparency around streaming, but reps for the Writers Guild were unimpressed. I'm unimpressed. No one's called me. No one's offered me a pay rise for my streaming services on TikTok, YouTube, Rumble, or anywhere for that matter. Yes, I think I need some action taken here. Leave me your comments below and I'll reply. Do you think I should get a pay rise on YouTube? No action. Production of the hit series like The Last of Us has been on ice, and blockbusters release like June Part 2 have been delayed. We put a little comment out yesterday and I'd like your thoughts on it. The fact that there are too many apps on your smart TV. You go on your smart TV, you might go, I've got Amazon, Netflix, and all of a sudden you want to watch a film and it's like you need Max for that film. Okay, I'll download another app, sign in, another account. Okay, I want to watch that movie. Oh, that's on Max Plus. Oh, really? Another app, another subscription. I want to watch that movie. That movie's on Max Plus Plus One Pro Max Pro Plus. Unbelievable. I'm sick of it. Leave me your thoughts below. Are you sick and tired of all these flipping apps? I know I am. No season. If a deal doesn't happen soon, the 2023-24 television season and big flicks could be delayed or cancelled. The Emmys have already been postponed. Strikes have cost California economy $5 billion, and last month alone led to the loss of 17,000 jobs. But while studios expect revenue hits from the strike, some are reporting cost savings. So basically, if you go on strike, we just start firing people that are related to your business. So what's happening, right? If you're the big Hollywood superstar and you're going, I want more money because I'm just not rich enough, right? I want more money and I want more rights, Forget the little people like me on YouTube who earn about $5 a day. Don't worry about me, right? I'm a billionaire. I need more money. All right. What happens is the guy who runs a fish and chip shop down the road, who would normally sell some fish and chips while you were working at the studios, he's gone out of business right now because you're complaining about your $1 billion pay rise. So think on, because while you're striking, the studios are saving money because everyone's got fired. Anyway, led to the loss of 17,000 jobs. So while studios expecting revenue hits, some are reporting cost savings. No production equals no production costs. They're loving it. Netflix is now projecting $5 billion in free cash flow because of the strike, up by $1.5 billion from its previous estimate. Disney expects to spend $3 billion less on content this year, partly because of the strikes. Even Warner raised its annual cash flow outlook after the strike saved its $100 million last year. It's the old story. The rich get richer. The studios are making money. Those that want a pay rise probably get it at some point. And the poor little man who sells the fish and chips down the road, he's lost his job. There you go. Isn't that always the way, the takeaway? You can't survive on stockpiles forever. Studios and especially streamers are still chugging along thanks to a pantry full of older content. Past Suits episode. Who watches Suits? Meghan Markle? Come on. No one watches that, do they? Anyway, after Suits episodes, which are currently in Netflix top 10, are like shelf-stable canned peas. They're saving money, but eventually consumers will start demanding fresh food, aka new content. Investors want to see actual growth, not just savings that result from production companies not producing anything. Yeah, kind of makes sense. Oil check. Gas prices pop after Saudi Arabia and Russia extend cuts in oil production. Pumped up gas prices hit their highest seasonal level. This is more information to say we're going to get a rate hike. I wanted the pause. I thought we were going to get the pause, but now it's leaning towards a rate hike again. This isn't what we want. However, we could achieve the same thing by keeping the rates up for longer. Go and vote on our poll on our community tab on YouTube. There's a poll running right now. Are we going to get a pause, a rate hike, or a cut? No one's voting for a cut. Gas prices hit their highest seasonal level in over a decade after Saudi Arabia and Russia said they continue to curb oil production through December. They'll trim production by a combined 1.3 million barrels a day, or 1% of global supply. Major oil price benchmarks jumped to their highest level of the year, while the average price at US pumps rose to $3.81 a gallon, the second highest level since 1994. The TLDR is not a great time to go on a road trip running on empty. The US keeps a stockpile of oil to ease rising prices when supply is tight. But after President Biden tapped a record amount last year following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the reserve is hitting a 40-year low. Get the war ended, everything will get better, all right? Can someone just go and sort Putin out? Can you believe we live in a world like this where all this goes on every day while one man just sips his tea and watches the telly? Can't be right, can it? Tap in liquid gold. Both Saudi Arabia and Russia are members of OPEC and a group of oil producing nations that pledged earlier this year to prop oil prices by curbing supply. Saudi Arabia started cutting in July as it tries to fund an economic overhaul. Meanwhile, Russia's seeking money to fund its war on Ukraine. Of course it is. The US and UK banned Russian oil and gas imports, while the EU has been reducing its reliance on Russia to make up for it. Russia has been selling discounted gas to China and India. Of course they are. They don't care. They'll buy your oil, which now depends on Russia as its number one source of crude. But demand for China, fossil fuels' biggest customer, has weakened as its economy struggles. Yes, we all know that that the economy in China is in trouble. The takeaway from all this, the soft landing could get bumpy. Inflation has been steadily cooling, raising hopes for an end to rate hikes and no recession. But since oil prices affect so many industries, shipping, Amazon order and all the rest of it, some are worrying rising prices will stoke inflation and not just at the pump. What else are we snacking? Zelda GameStop beat quarterly sales growth estimates helped by demand for new releases like Nintendo's latest Legend of Zelda, but the chain is still losing money and consoles making embrace streaming. Chomp Apple locked in a deal of 17 plus years to use ARM's chip tech, a tech part of the iPhones, iPads and Macs. The chip designer is aiming for a $52 billion IPO, which could be the largest the US so far this year. Remember Rivian? That was the biggest one at the time. Now we're looking at the biggest for this year. Kidman and AMC said it will sell up to 40 million new shares, sending the stock down 25%. The movie chain struggled after COVID emptied theaters, and it sued Preferred Ape shares to raise cash, diluting its common stock. Goal. 110,000 plus people in the US signed up for the MLS season pass on Lionel Messi's first day playing for Inter Miami. The big pump was a win for Apple TV, which has exclusive MLS distribution rights. BTF Grayscale's pushing the SEC to approve its app for a Bitcoin spot ETF after a court said the regulator had wrongly rejected it. The SEC kicked the can on a spot BTC ETF applications for another month. Okay, snack fact of the day. June to August marked the hottest season ever recorded on Earth. But apparently, global warming isn't really happening. June to August marked the hottest season ever recorded on Earth. Do you believe there's global warming, or do you believe it's all a myth? Doesn't make any sense. Well, I'm just saying, I do believe there is global warming. Just say. So I don't like to be on certain political camps, but that one, I will say, yes, there is global warming. Okay, there we go. There's our digestible snacks. If you want more in the series, more fun stuff, go to our polls on X and vote in all those polls. Leave all your comments below. I will reply to everyone. I love the debate and the engaging fun we have below in the comments. Go over here and find more in the series and our big giveaway tomorrow. We've also got the flight as well coming up tomorrow for Virgin Galactic live on the show. Until then, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.